Welcome back to Paradise Killer. Time for being distracted. We are going to run around the island until we can get to the bar, because I wanted to talk about the bar and some of the things about the bar. We're definitely not going to get to it today, though, because it's more than 10 minutes away, especially if we run around like we are now, which is to say not in the right direction. The bar is that way-ish, but there's no reason to... Oh! Grand Marshal. So, as you might have guessed, Grand Marshal Akiko really pushes the idea that Henry is responsible for everything. And we should go and talk to her and all that jazz. She's told us that she finally lowered the bridge so that we can go out and visit him. That's where he is. This is where the bridge is. We're not going to do that right now. So, you know. There's so much stuff here, but we'll talk about this later. I do want to grab these drinks, though, because I want to unlock the required unlock before we get back around to that part of the island, which I think will happen as soon as we're done with the bar. Yeah, there's the bar. See it? There? That's the bar. That might not be the best way to get there. So here, this one is locked. You can see that? We'll have to talk all about that sort of stuff later on. For now, however, we're just going to run. Book it! We just ran past a major plot point. We're going to just leave it ran past until we're ready to go and talk about it. So... Alright, here we are. Bar Knife Through the Heart. Now, if this is your first time playing, you might not reach Bar Knife Through the Heart until pretty late, because even though it is purple, it's a little bit hard to spot. However, this is one of those places that's very easy to reach on accident if you're just kind of hopping around all the time. I think that the character up here at the top of the bar might be the second or third character I met. So you have to understand that when I'm coming up here, what I'm doing is I am talking to Shinji back at my house, and then I'm talking to Lydia Daybreak, who's a perfectly normal looking person aside from her very long hands. And then I come up here and I talk to this guy, Sam Daybreak, who is Lydia's hubby. And he does not look normal, does he? House of Bliss. The heat gave way, as it always does, to lust. Ours was a life of indulgence. We were fierce. We were alive. 10s across the board. Let's talk to Sam.
Sam Daybreak.
Hey, Aldi.
So, Sam is a bright red skeleton who really likes booze.
Sam Daybreak.
Born at the same time as everybody else back in Turkey. Sam took to killing like breathing. He was an assassin. He met Lydia, and they killed a whole bunch of stuff, and then Lydia killed him. But while fighting, he had fallen in love with Lydia, and in his moment of death refused to leave her. His skin fell away, and his skeleton hardened, becoming a deep red as he confessed his love for her. She too had fallen for him and accepted his confession. They fled to get married. So basically, she killed him, but he lived through it, and now they're here.
What do you believe, Aldi?
Hey, Sam, it's been a while. Nice jacket. You noticed? It was a gift from Lydia. She always had good taste. Lydia has missed drinking with you. I missed you too as well. You're the only two normal people on these islands. Which is true, but also very funny, given that they are God King assassins and one of them's dead.
Ridiculous.
It would be nice if you were back under better circumstances, wouldn't it? Our friends and colleagues have been taken from us.
What?
We've existed for unknown epochs of time, so we're not going to sit here and cry. How is the whiskey blend on this island? Some vanilla, caramel, spice, and just a hint of smoke. The spice is unusual. The whiskey tastes like the island it's made on. This has been a peaceful island. The caramel and vanilla are in harmony. So it's not exactly a plot point, but it's a running theme that whiskey tastes like the places it's created. And it also tastes best near midnight. It's not important to the plot, but it is important to the experience of the game. There's something under the surface of this island, something that twists, something that has moved between us all. You can feel it too? Anything I can help you with?
Fancy a drink?
I'm glad to be back.
What do you recommend, Sam? How long since you had a drink? 3 million days. Feel like catching up? Make it a big one. How about starting with a highball? Sounds good. Please enjoy. That's a good highball, Sam. You're too kind, LD. I'm still practicing. You've been practicing for 3 million days, or more. This is Dead Nebula's Beyond Horizon, a nice blended whiskey. And this is actually at the heart of why he does what he does. He's not innocent. There's only like one innocent person on this island, and it's arguable that even she's not innocent. But he did what he did because he wanted to make whiskey that wasn't blended crap. He wanted to find some nice ingredients that were actual ingredients from an actual farm or an actual planet and make actual whiskey.
The investigator is
So we're just chatting about it. The key to a highball is the ice. This ice is frozen at -20°C. It makes the ice harder so it doesn't melt. You can enjoy the taste of the ingredients without them being diluted.
Fancy a drink?
The ice is cut to provide a tight fit. The highball has to be stirred gently so the soda doesn't fizz. You stir without the ice moving apart. It chills nicely.
Is this a joke, LD?
Hey Sam, good to see you again. Shall we have a little bit of talk? First, let's clear out all of the random crap that you don't know about.
Is that true, LD?
Oh, well that one was a little bit important. He says that the Dead Zone is a mysterious place, which we're going to talk about a little bit later. Do you know anything about the Marshal Guards? No? Any idea why Lydia's knife was outside the penthouse? No idea. Are you sure it's hers?
Don't test me.
Well, it's her knife. I have no idea why you found it there. You should ask her. Lydia tried phoning him. You should ask her. Oh, I see it cracking someone's alibi.
I don't.
So the idea here is that he and Lydia, Sam and Lydia, were both standing where we started the game, at Paradise Gates, because their responsibility is to move people through Paradise Gates. So they were just hanging out there the whole time.
Bionic blood.
Now we're gonna have to talk about some stuff that might be important.
What do you...
Sure.
Is this a joke?
Nope.
I am under suspicion.
Nothing
Never
important.
had feeling
So if you
about
come
it.
here early, let's talk about this here. Sure thing. What do you need to know? Got anything like something? Nope.
Don't think so, LD.
Okay, so we're here pretty early, and the first time I came here, I was here even earlier. And Sam doesn't really have anything critical to say at that time. You can see how much of that was empty. I don't believe he had any strong clues about anything hidden in there, aside from clues about his own motive, and those were really pretty hard to pick up on. So when I first got up here and I was feeling proud of myself, I thought I would take a look around and see what there was to see. Oh, island sequence 23. That's the last island. This one's nearly perfect. I thought that was my phone. It's not. It's the in-game music being a little bit grumpy. So I was running around back here, looking at stuff, being all interested in the world of this area, right? Oh, it's locked from the other side. Does that mean I can't get through? Well, I was pretty persistent, and I started to think about whether or not you could get through this way. And look, you can. Very cool, don't you think? And I think that's the way you are supposed to get through. Either that or by going up on the roof somehow. We'll talk about those in a second. We're going to have to go up here first, though. Oh, didn't mean to jump, meant to climb. There we are. We're going to come up here just because there's a hissing, and it's distracting me. We need to stop the hissing with a blood bar skit. And in the first time I played this game, this was the first blood bar skit I saw after the intro. Why do it? The crime, the murder, the paradise killing. To reshape the world. When you pull a trigger or thrust a knife, the world branches. History is forgotten. The world is remade. We all live in a new world after that. The world must get reshaped a lot. More than you know. I guess that sets the mood, but it doesn't really... I don't want to be too hard on them. It's a good mood setter. It's just it's not as strong as some of the other mood setters, and it really pulls us out because it's an entirely separate skit. Aged for longer in specially constructed crypts, tended to by self-possessed... This is a gothic whiskey. And I forgot how to talk. You know, happens sometimes.
How?
So, Shinji apparently comes by the bar and scams cocktails after closing.
The investigator is here. Got it.
With a mojito. He's just having his fun little skits with us where he you know, is an accent note. You can do a lot with this. You can, for example, come down here and jump. Nice, right? I just love how many different ways you can get around in this game. But let's talk about the back of Sam's house. This is a major plot point. That is a major plot point. This is a minor plot point. Let's take a look. Actually, this is also a major. So Sam himself has nothing to say, but in his backyard, he's got so many incriminating things. It's incredible. Oh my gosh, we need so many lockpicks to get through here. We're gonna have to come back. If you have the lockpicks, that stuff is incredibly important. If you don't have the lockpicks, you can still get through here, which is also incredibly important. A secret tunnel. And the first time, you have to realize how early in the game, I had only met the third person, Shinji, and then the two Sam and the two Daybreaks. And then I found this. Now, if you have played the game before, you'll understand how bizarre it is to come here in the first hour of the game. A secret tunnel into the dead zone. Someone's been naughty. Whew. We're gonna get to this in the next episode.